Okay, so I'm back over here, and I'm thinking that this is gonna be one of the very last rooms. And it looks like there's not really much in here. A little disappointing, a little bit anticlimactic. Nothing even worth picking up here, it seems. Nope, just gonna move on. So yeah, looks like I've cleared this floor, not seen any gaps. Looks good to me. It's not that you have to clear the floors either, you don't have to find everything. You can just keep going on your merry way, which is what I'm gonna be doing right now anyway. So, third floor. Pretty good progress, because I was dying a horrible amount in the first couple floors, and that was really embarrassing. So far, I am managing to hold up very well in terms of taking damage. We're gonna find out how true that is after fighting this thing. These guys do a ton of damage. I've had some very bad experiences, and wow, I am gonna die if I don't get out. So yep, I managed to make my escape. But doesn't mean that I'm going to live, because I have to fight all these dudes. And these guys are my nemesis. Not the poorly cloned heroes. The Sanguine Blobbies, and these Octo things. These Octos, they're pretty much the bane of my existence in terms of a melee character. These guys, these Octos do so much damage, it's just ludicrous. They can kill you very quickly, especially in a monster zoo. You really have to watch out for that. So this Silver Rain is completely useless to me. And I'm really lucky that this Octo doesn't seem to care about me much. See, usually these guys hit you with long-range magic attacks that really do a ton of damage. So I was really fortunate. So this is a Mellow Shrine, and unfortunately, it seems that this is a fairly common glitch where there's loot that's placed on shrines and you can't select them no matter what you do, so I'm gonna have to leave that drink alone. Won't be able to grab it. It's very sad. Very sad indeed. And I am leveled up again. That's awesome. So, from this point, I think I'm gonna go with going into swords a bit more, upgrade my swords a bit. Extra damage will not hurt at all, especially since I have decent swords right now, and I don't have any reason to switch. Makes perfect sense. Oh, I like how that turned into dust. I didn't notice that before. Yeah, that's what they do, that's neat. It's a pretty cool animation. This could get ugly. Quite a few enemies in these rooms. This game is really trying to kill me right now. It's a good thing that I invested into the things that I did, otherwise I would be dead by now. Most definitely. These guys tend to... these Djinns, or whatever, or Dins, I don't know. They block a lot, from my experience. They block a ton of attacks. They have very high blocking. So, they're not amazing to fight against. This Razor Sword is not an upgrade. It's the exact same as the Razor Sword for her, which, like I said, is the exact same, but branded for girls, and cost twice as much. It's a joke. They also say that right in the description. Yeah, it's a joke, obviously. Obvious joke. Don't even have to explain it. I mean, if you have to explain a joke, then it's not funny, right? I remember a person saying that, I think it was the Joker, in some Batman comic. He said that. It was horribly nerdy. Ah, Ruby. Can't complain with that. Rubies are usually worth selling, at least early in the game. Most of these gems aren't, though, like I've said before. Most of the gems are completely worthless. And the reason I'm picking up almost everything is just for loot fisk fodder. I don't know. It just seems like it makes me feel productive. Hello. Now that is a nice weapon. Definitely a good upgrade. Can't argue with the Gladius at all. It's going really well. And that's when everything falls apart and I die, right? Yep. That's Dredmor for you. Things are going really well. And I died. Yeah, you definitely have to be cautious. Caution is a huge part of this game. That switch was hidden there. Wow. This looks bad. A lot of bad enemies. And the mini-boss. Could be my... Whoa. No, that was not the mini-boss. I thought I killed it. But no. No, I didn't. But I have fortunately got really lucky in my counters there. I countered a ton. So I was able to kill those guys no problem. If I didn't get lucky, could have been my death, and that would have been terrible. So, I'm feeling pretty confident still, but I, at the same time, fairly skeptical to my chances of survival. I've had many failures. I've only made it to Dredmor once, and I did not survive. I got him down to like 40% health, and then he killed me with a lightning bolt. And then some dot that I couldn't see. Dot means damage over time for those of you who don't know MMORPG terms. Which you probably shouldn't, because most MMORPGs are terrible. Horrible video games for the most part. So we're gonna keep exploring, and see what we can find. That is what we do. It's how we do, it's how this thing goes. So, haven't really talked a lot about Danishes, but what is there to say about Danishes? They're really, really quite uninteresting. But, you know what? They're good. Danishes can be pretty good if they're done right, but that is pretty rare to happen. I haven't really had many Danishes that actually do it for me. Yeah, just pastries can be a really inconsistent thing. You can screw up a pastry so much. Yeah, I think that in general, donuts too. I don't know if those count as pastries, but if they do, those are also, they can be awful. You can just get a really horrible donut, and everything goes downhill from there. Really, you want to stay away from the horrible donuts. They are awful. But of course, you probably already knew this. But you know what? Stating the obvious is okay. I'm cool with that. So, unfriendly AI, at least these guys are still behaving, you know? These ones are cool. They aren't really too dangerous. Unlike... Whoa! Okay. That's new. Is it gonna kill me? I have no idea what's going on. That is new. I have no explanation for what that was, but it sure looked interesting and very dangerous. But I have no idea what happened, or what that just did. So, that's definitely an aspect of, you know, playing a roguelike. You don't know what everything does. Definitely a big part of it. Doesn't really seem to do anything now. Maybe it dropped that loot and I wasn't paying much attention. So, still not better than what I have. It's decent, but, you know, the wand crafting skill, I just don't see that being useful ever. Especially for this character. So, I may have not mentioned before, but traps have a certain percentage of chance for success. And that is... it's often really low. It's pretty hard to keep that up. You can get really, really screwed up there with your traps. There's very few things that will actually increase your trap affinity, which is what makes getting traps disarmed easier. Higher percentage for success, or perhaps no percentage for success at all, and you just do it every time. There's some stuff that'll do it, there's some skills that'll let you do it, but for this character, don't have a lot of options. So, more crappy weapons. I don't know why this didn't pick up. Oh, inventory's full, that's why. Oh, what fun and joys this is. Well, got that sorted out. Had to do some cubing. A quivering side of man beef, huh? Now that is really quite interesting. Oh yeah. You just completely insult me. Fantastic. So I got a special buff here. Pact of Fleeting Life. I don't think you've seen it before. If you have, I apologize. But Pact of Fleeing Life, very nice for my character, extremely powerful. Unfortunately, it rarely ever has a use, because it is so situational. And I really like how there's no way for me to get over there. I don't think there's any loot over there. No, it's just complete dead end as far as I can see, but I'm completely blocked off. Impossible to get through. Because I'm just gonna teleport. Whatever. And at least it sent me back here, which is kind of it. Oh wait, there is a way. Haha, derp. Nope, nope, wait, no there's not. I'm even more dumb now. Nah, I think I'm smarter than people can give me credit for perhaps, but does that really matter right now? No, not really. You came here to watch me play some videos. Some video games. Now, I'm really not sure why this game has to respawn enemies. I guess because this game likes being cruel. Because really wasn't that long ago since I passed through here, so I'm not sure why this is now a thing where I have to, you know, refight a whole bunch of those enemies, because I only just killed them. Oh well. Oh well. Not gonna be too nitpicky here. At least it gives me experience, and that most certainly is helpful. So far, I'm still having a pretty solid run here. I don't really have any complaints. This is a side quest thing. I don't know if we've seen if I've shown you these yet in this particular session, but these are side quests. They can be really nice sometimes, but they usually give you complete garbage, and you don't really get much out of it. Oftentimes, it makes you get killed faster because of all the things that it can spawn that will kill you. It'll spawn really hard enemies, and they will just completely decimate you, usually, because they are just a lot stronger than what you're used to seeing. And you really can't prepare for some of the stuff it will throw at you. Sometimes the game will give you some really horrendous enemies that are just well beyond what you can handle. And I'm really not sure. I should just run through. Yeah. Disarming those is a pretty low percent, so if I had kept disarming that, I probably would have killed myself. So I was willing to take the hit to just get through. Oh, another cyber cone. Well, I would have liked you earlier, so I don't have to pay for you, but you know what? At least I can sell it and get some money back. Wait, this could be better than what I have. It's studded with unobtainium. That's a joke for the Avatar movie. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it. But this is actually superior, so I can't argue with that. It actually increases my trap site radius, so I absolutely am going to be using that. So I guess I'm going to withhold my complaining, because now I have an upgraded cyber cone for free. Whoa, that's a really useless teleport pad. That seems to happen a lot in my playthroughs where I get teleports right next to each other. Not exactly ideal. You want to be able to travel fast, and that is not promoting fast. No speed at all. Another statue. Time for level up. Okay. So, I have a lot of good options as usual. There's all sorts of things that are, you know, I could potentially get. But order is everything. And I think, if anything, survivability is my main weakness right now. So, I'm going to keep building up my Master of Arms skill, and I'm probably going to max that out pretty soon. Because, really, death is the last thing that you want when you're playing on permadeath, obviously. I mean, pretty much explains itself, right? So... oh, great. More shenanigans. These Octos, like I said, are horrendous. Their long-range attacks are pretty tough stuff. So, definitely want to kill this thing as soon as possible before it causes any more potential issues. Usually one Octo is not much to be concerned about, though. I don't recall ever dying to a single one, unless it was a special one, like one that was like a mini-boss. Then that's a different story. I think I've died to those. But these guys, not really an issue. Well, aged steak, still horrible. It's really just a gimmick. It's like an item that you would use to put in your cube to get more loot fisk. But it's really, in my opinion, not even worth entertaining the idea of picking it up. Okay, so that lever there, whatever, opened up a passage. And gave me free gloves, and I can't argue with that. Kind of pretty late for me to get them, though. I didn't realize that it took this long for me to get every piece of armor, or weapons, or whatever. That took a lot longer. Oh well. Oh well. You know, I'm not gonna complain. Because this is a roguelike, and bad things happen, and great things can happen. Lots of random stuff at play. That is definitely the nature and the appeal to this game. So it looks like I'm completely blocked off from accessing the south, so I'm gonna have to find a teleport pad that's actually gonna lead me there, which could be easier said than done, because... Actually, I think I have it. I think I know where it's at, where my cursor's at on the map there. That's probably where it's at, so I'm gonna head over there now. Oh, I also see another gap, so... Yeah, I'm gonna head over there too. Okay, so I'm over here now, found this other gap. This could actually lead me to where I want to be without even bothering with any teleporting. Which is fine. Yeah, it looks like this is gonna get me where I need to be. I guess that counts as teleporting, but it's a pretty mild version of it. You have a better idea of where you're going with the switch ones than you do with the pads. That seemed completely pointless. All that did was cause traps. Traps are bad. Very, very bad. Many people's runs end via trap. The trap is not your friend. However, it can be if you make traps, but very few occasions could I see that actually being useful, but I suppose you could make for a fun gimmick type character. But it doesn't really have a lot of practical uses that I'm aware of. And it's not... I guess it's great to have the options, but it's not really terribly interesting to me as a player. But perhaps other people would have other opinions, so I'm not really against that. So this is the mini-boss. They always are indicated by having that kind of halo type thing or something to indicate that, and like they have a little bit of an aura. And this guy has that, so... And he also has a special name. They'll always have a different name from their regular version, so this has a really ridiculous name, as you can see. Which I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that first word. And, this is looking awful. I might have a potion I can use, though. Did it die? Yeah, it actually did die. I got extremely lucky there. I think it got killed by its own poison cloud, or toxic gas cloud, or whatever you want to call that. Still, though, I should really get rid of some crap in my inventory right now. Okay, got rid of the crap in my inventory, at least some of it, so that's good. It says fish. Okay, that's fantastic. Whatever that means. Aha! Not sure. I think we've seen these before, but yeah, loot fist statues. I'm not even gonna bother, I don't think. Not right now. They seem like a waste of time. Oh, hello, poorly cloned hero, who looks green. Definitely poorly cloned indeed. So, I still haven't seen a shop yet on this floor. I may not, which would be unfortunate, because, you know, having a shop means more opportunities for loot, and plus, you know, selling stuff, which is pretty essential to this game's survival. So again, we got the pads here. One of them's gonna give me a thing. They always give you buffs, and they're not particularly helpful, because again, getting these buffs from the environment as opposed to triggering it whenever you want, it's not very useful. You want to be able to have control over when you start a buff, and, you know, when you want to stop it, so... yeah, not particularly helpful. And wow, that is a lot of enemies. Thankfully, they're really easy. Regular Daggles are a joke to me right now. They can't even really hurt me at all. I would be surprised. I don't even think... I can look at the combat log if I really want to be in-depth, but you could see it for yourself. I don't even think I was taking any damage from the Daggles. Could be wrong. but it's not too important. So, a dead end. There's not many more places I can look at for a shop. There could be something over here. This looks like an empty gap where my cursor's at on the mini-map here. Could be a gap here I haven't explored that may actually give me something that I'm missing. So that would be great if that's the case, but so far looks like I'm running out of options and I'm almost done this 3rd floor. So I guess I'm gonna head up again and explore the remaining areas. There's... whoops. Well, that's convenient. If I knew about that earlier, that's a pretty easy way. Okay then, I'm gonna check out this area now. That's how teleporting pad should be. Oh wow, it's nothing. Okay, well there's this little gap over here. Let's check this out and see if there's anything cool. Probably not. Yep, just an empty closet, or whatever you want to call that. It's an empty, tiny room. Nothing of value in it whatsoever. Okay, gonna try and get up here. There we go. Still have this one spot. Yep, that's empty. And... okay. Not bad. Anvil of Krong. I can work with that later. Come back here later to enchant. But it looks like it's a no-go on a shop for this floor. Very unfortunate. I've not seen anywhere else I can explore on this floor. It looks like it's pretty much tapped out as much as I can tap it out. So, that is the fact. Unfortunate. But I'm gonna have to deal with it. Just deal with it. So I guess what I'm gonna do now is gonna do the logical thing and actually get off this floor. So, gonna do that right now.